In the city of New York, a reporter for Channel 6 named April O. Neal is investigating a crime wave caused by a criminal organization's Foot Clan. She repeatedly goes to the deck where the recent robbery happened, but the worker can't provide her with much information. April has to leave there as the worker is very annoyed by her constant pestering and disappears from her sight as soon as she goes to talk to her partner, Vern. April is disappointed with the failure to find more information on the case, but she is still determined to work on it, as she tells Vern that she will not leave the case. After leaving deck, April has to host a street show about fitness, and as soon as it is over, she rushes to the van, complaining to Vern about how she studied for 4 years but has to do these unnecessary street shows. She ignores Vern's advice to enjoy what she is doing right now and instead excuses herself, saying she has to go somewhere. After parting ways with Vern, she rides her bicycle to go to the deck again and accidentally catches the Foot Clan, robbing the cargo containers. She tries to contact her channel to call for a camera team so they can record the robbery, but to her disappointment, they just dismiss her, saying they can't send someone this late at night. April has no choice left, so she takes out her mobile to record a video, but it doesn't work due to the low lighting. She instead decides to just watch everything and is surprised when she spots a figure appearing from the shadows and beating all the members of the Foot Clan. The deck is emptied in just a few minutes after the sudden attack by a strange force, but April stays behind to gather some evidence and only manages to take a picture of a strange symbol on a container. When she comes back home, she tries to tell her roommate Taylor about what happened, saying there is a vigilante in the city who is fighting against the Foot Clan, but her roommate is completely clueless about what she is saying. The next morning, April tries to tell the same story to her boss and the team at the news channel, but no one believes her. In the meantime, the headquarters of the Foot Clan are restless, as their boss, Shredder, is furious that their recent robbery has been stopped. His workers try to explain that this enemy is not anything they anticipated, as they have more strength than a normal human and are bigger in size. Shredder replies to them that he doesn't believe in fairy tales and they have to capture the vigilante as soon as possible. No matter what method they use, their end goal is to capture this unseen enemy. The story goes back to our protagonist, April, who is attending a party at which a man named Eric Sachs gives a speech. In his speech, he talks about the rising crime rates in the city and how the Foot Clan is the same group that set his prison on fire several years ago. He ends his speech with the promise that he will not let anyone burn his city again and gets off the stage. While he is walking back to his office, he is approached by April, who reminds him of his connection with her father. She tells the man that she inspires him to be like him one day, to which Eric replies that he is sure she will do a great job and that her dad would have been really proud of what she is doing. Eric soon excuses himself from her, while April goes back to Vern so he can give her a ride back home. In the car, April is gushing about how Eric is doing a great job for humanity when suddenly the people stuck in the cars in front of them start running in the opposite direction, leaving their cars standing on the road. Due to her inquisitive nature, April decides to see what all the commotion is about, but instead of finding the information, she becomes one of the people the Foot Clan has captured as hostages in an underground subway station. Unbeknownst to anyone, in a secret room in a sewer, a group of talking turtles, named Donatello, the hacker, Raphael the grumpy ninja, Leonardo, the silent observer, and Michael, the mischievous youngest, are watching all this on their computer screen, and decide to use their powers to save the people of the city. Their mission is successful quickly, as they beat the people of the Foot Clan in no time, keeping the innocent citizens from any more trouble. They quickly leave the station before anyone can see them, but they don't know that they are being chased by a very curious April, who has been at their tails right from when they left their subway station. When they are standing on the rooftop, talking happily about their success, they are startled by a camera flash, and that is when they notice April there. April is shocked to death after seeing the turtles walking and talking in front of her, and she passes out. When she regains consciousness, they don't harm her in any way and let him go after deleting the pictures from her phone and telling her that if she tried to tell someone about them, they would find her. After her weird interaction with the mutant turtles, she rushes back home and searches through her old stuff, as the names of the turtles seem really familiar to her. After some digging, she finds that Ninja Turtles have the same names as the little turtles her dad had in his nursery, and she used to play with them all the time. April is busting with energy from all the new information she got the previous night and tries to explain it to her boss so they could have a great story to play on their channel, but to her bad luck, she gets fired from her job. She dejectedly walks out of the office, where Vern is waiting for her, and after listening to her story, he agrees to drive her to Eric's place. Meanwhile, the turtles are caught while sneaking back by their boss, a mutant rat called Splinter, who bribes them by using a slice of pizza and finds out that April knows about that. After finding the information, He tells the turtles to bring April here as soon as possible because her life is in danger. April is oblivious to everything happening underground and goes to meet Eric, who believes her story and reveals that he was experimenting with her father on a mutagen created to cure the disease, but they thought it was all lost in the fire in the laboratory. Eric then says to her that he is happy to find that mutagen is still running in the blood of those turtles, and now they have to find them so they can save the world. April blindly believes what Eric is saying, and when she comes back home, she starts to search the internet to find out more about those vigilantes. Surprisingly, her computer gets hacked as she gets a message from a ninja called Donatello, asking her to meet them at the same spot. When she goes to the designated place, she gets kidnapped by the turtles, who bring her to their sewer lair. When she wakes up, Splinter talks to her, revealing that she was the one who saved them from the fire and freed them from the sewer. He tells her that her father was the one who set the laboratory on fire, as he knew his partner was working against him. Splinter also explains how, after coming into the sewer, he found a book on ninjutsu and taught himself and the turtles about the fighting style. After listening to the story, April tells him that she informed Eric about her discovery, which disappoints Splinter as he reveals that Eric was practically raised by Shredder and works for him. While they are reliving the memories of the past, Shredder finds out about the mutants and his wish to take over the city again. He tells his team to find April, and they manage to track her phone in the sewer. Without wasting any time, the Foot Clan attacks the sewers, taking the ninjas by surprise as they have no time to defend themselves. Splinter quickly gathers himself and starts to take down the soldiers of the Foot Clan, but he is also defeated when Shredder appears there in his new body armor and beats Splinter in their one-on-one fight. The ninjas are furious to see their father defeated like this and rush to help him, but they are taken down by other members of the Foot Clan who electrocute them. The three ninjas are kidnapped in this ordeal, while the third, Raphael, stays behind as he went to another room during the fight, and Foot Clan left him behind thinking he was dead. April and Raphael rush to a dying Splinter, who tells them to go save other ninjas as soon as possible. April quickly contacts Vern so he can give her a ride to Eric's place, where they have kept the ninjas. When Vern comes there, he starts to argue with April that if she wants to hang out with him, she should just ask instead of making this stuff about ninjas, but he is shocked to his core when Raphael suddenly appears in the back seat of his car, ordering him to drive quickly. Meanwhile, at Eric's place, the ninjas are captured in the glass cages as Eric tells them about his plan to inject the whole city with the deadly chemical and then use the mutagen antidote to get rich and rule the whole city. He also shows them a live demo by injecting a soldier of the Foot Clan, and they are shocked to see the effects of the deadly chemical that Eric is planning to inject the whole city with. Despite being furious, they are helpless as they slowly lose their energy due to the blood being drained from their vessels. Before they could completely pass out, Raphael came to their rescue with April and Vern. Shredder also shows up and fights with Raphael, who starts to lose his ground easily. April uses Shredder's distraction to inject the ninjas with adrenaline on Donatello's instructions, which quickly restores their energy as they come out of the glass boxes after breaking them into pieces. Seeing them get free, Eric and Shredder escape from the place and rush to the radio tower, where they plant the device that will flood the city with the virus. As Eric had blurted out his plan to them earlier, the ninjas quickly took a van and went to the tower, where they confronted Eric and Shredder. There, Eric reveals to April that he killed her father. April is infuriated to hear that, and as she and Vern corner Eric in the lab, the ninjas battle with the Shredder on the roof. During the fight, the tower's support beams collapse, and as the ninjas try to keep it from falling and infecting the city, April confronts Shredder with the mutagen. In the struggle, the tower collapses, and the ninjas pull April onto it with them, while Shredder falls to the street and is captured by the police. Believing they are about to die, the ninjas confess their secrets, while Raphael gives an impassioned speech about his love for his brothers before they land harmlessly on the street. They vanish before the humans find them and return to the sewers, where they give Splinter the mutagen, and he begins to recover. Sometime later, April meets with Vern, who tries but fails to ask her on a date. The turtles appear in a specially modified turtle van, and Michelangelo accidentally blows up Vern's new car with a rocket. As the police respond to the explosion, the turtles leave, but not before Mikey tries to serenade April with Happy Together by the band The Turtles, much to his brother's annoyance and April's amusement. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash the like button, leave a comment, subscribe, and turn on the notifications to help the channel out. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.